When people come in to the gallery and we chat, I often get the question whether I have an accent, and I am from away. I grew up in the Netherlands, but I was born in the United States, so I had an American mom and a Dutch father. You know, one of the ways that my background ties into what I'm doing here at the gallery is that I grew up on a farm, and I did get a lot of wonderful exposure to European art. So I don't remember exactly what really got me into art, but I think one of the things may have been that we lived in this old farmhouse. A friend from the village who was an artist moved in and created a studio in that space. What was very fascinating is that he did lots of abstract work, and I hadn't seen much of that either, so I was really curious. So maybe that was one of the seeds, but like I said, I had artists in my family too. So the idea with which the gallery started was that we would be showing images relating to agriculture, and this is an interesting example because it both shows an image that's related to agriculture with the pigs, but it also shows something else entirely, where this artist was interested in portraying children in connection to nature in their own sort of imaginary world. So I'd say sometimes we really focus on the agriculture element and also offer shows that have an educational component, a documentary component. We've had different photography shows that really show a story about food security or a particular farm. My mother was so tied to the farm that she didn't really want to travel, and my dad loved to travel. He'd grown up in different countries. We would travel to Brussels or Madrid or Siena or Barcelona, and he would hand me a map. So I would go into the city and I would find out where the museums were, and I would just drink it all in. So many Picassos and lots of abstract expressionism. Franz Marc really inspired me, Paul Klee, Miro. The same artist that used to be in our barn had a studio in an old factory in our village, and I began to apprentice with him. I don't know, he just really pushed me into new territory that I hadn't really explored yet before. So on this floor we have Catherine Oliver, whose work you're seeing here. She's offering two different bodies of work in this show. These are her encaustics. She's working with photo prints and then layering beeswax on top with different pigments to create a really beautiful layered look, and some, there's transparency, but it creates sort of this mystical window that you're looking through into this image. I'm thinking of, sort of halfway, I did about 5 or 6 years of university and towards my master's, and halfway through I took a year off. So I traveled in Nepal and India, China, Thailand, Indonesia. Spent almost a year, about 9 months, and it was a really amazing experience for many reasons.